Trayvon Martin, unfortunately, there's been polling to see whether Zimmerman should be arrested or not. I say unfortunately, one, because I'm afraid of what the results are going to be. I was before I read it, and now that I know the results, I'm afraid that I was right about being afraid of how this is going to break down in the country, but also because we shouldn't be doing polling to figure out if we should arrest Zimmerman. We should be doing police work to figure out if we should arrest Zimmerman. But so CNN and ORC International apparently did a poll back in March 24th and 25th, and it said that 73% of Americans believe that the police should arrest Zimmerman. Now, that's the side that I'm on, so I should be encouraged by that, but I don't even like polling on this issue, as I said. Now, of course, it gets worse. Then the conservative blogs, Fox News, Zimmerman's lawyers, his friends started doing a counter-argument. Oh, you know, he was a good guy. He cried for days. Oh, he had a scratch on his head. Oh, my God, Trayvon was once suspended from school, etc. So then the conservative polling organization, Wilson Perkins Allen, and it's taken it with a grain of salt. I haven't heard of them before, and they're conservative, so I don't know if they framed the question in the wrong way. All of a sudden, a couple of days later, March 27th and 28th, just 48% of Americans want to arrest Zimmerman. Okay.
Yeah, who knows? So I don't know what the questions were.
I don't know if that poll, how accurate it is, but already I'm disturbed by the fact that we're now got into kind of a political tussle on whether to arrest him or not. And then let me just give the last portion of this, Ben. And then when you look at that WPA poll, how does it break down among the parties? They bothered to ask that. 77% of Democrats thought Zimmerman should be arrested. Only 24% of Republicans thought he should be arrested, I should say. Maybe a higher percentage think he should be elected. Right. And of course, that's highly disturbing. One, because of the partisan split, on an issue that shouldn't be partisan. And two, the Republicans, I think, have put themselves in a corner where a majority of Americans are not.
Well, I mean, look, here's what, if I were polled, I would be very eager to say, should Zimmerman be arrested? I would say, I don't know, man. And this is where maybe I part company a little bit, because he gets to have a defense, as we obviously agree, and people get to contribute to his defense, and he gets the best defense that he can get in this situation. I am really pleased that they removed the prosecutor, and because of the political heat in this thing and the pressure, that we have an independent prosecutor coming in. Prosecutor who sounds, I think her name's Angela Corey, I believe, that she's not going to, she doesn't really, she's talked like, I don't need a grand jury. I decide whether I'm going to prosecute things, so I already like that about her. But so the nation that we need police work, not polling, I agree. And we need police work and not pontificating and punditry on it. We don't know. I don't know. I can't tell from the video the first time whether he had a mark on his head, or the enhanced video whether he had a mark on his head. Work needs to be done. It is incredibly fishy. The issue of black kids getting shot for walking around in white neighborhoods and getting stopped in their cars is a bigger, huge, serious issue in this country, of which Trayvon Martin became a symbol of. But let's slow down. I don't know. It is in the realm of possibility that he shouldn't be arrested. And we ought to recognize that there's I don't know, maybe it's a small percentage, but we ought to let independent police do their work. And I don't care whether people who watch the news for 4 minutes a day or listen to a little talk radio think the guy should be arrested.
All right, so look, I'm a little guilty on that count, right? Because I have been pontificating on this for a long time. Sure, yeah. So now let's break it down.
But let me just very quickly say in 5 seconds, and there are degrees of pontificating. There's thoughtful pontificating and nonsensical pontificating. And obviously, I'd be more in favor of the thoughtful.
Right. So in the beginning, I think we were 100% right to push the case forward, because if we hadn't pushed the case forward, nobody would have covered it, and then there'd be no justice, right? We were among the first outlets to cover it on March 8th, well before they started covering it on CNN, MSNBC, et cetera. So I'm actually really proud of the role that we had in doing that. And we weren't alone by any stretch, but we were among the first, and so I'm happy that we did the right thing in that regard. Now I think that there is a legitimate issue as to how much you cover it and how much you judge someone in the public eye. Now, the reason I was so mad in the beginning, and why I'm doing the rush to, well, and it's not a rush to judgment, but a judgment on air, is because it seemed outrageous that he wasn't at least arrested, right? And it seemed that if we weren't outraged and everybody wasn't outraged, that there wasn't anything anybody was going to do about it. Right. And so now there is a special prosecutor. The FBI is looking into it. So now I think your point is more valid in that, hey, let's slow down a little bit here.
Yeah, and my point wasn't valid in the beginning. There needed to be a clamor. And the clamoring worked. We got the feds involved, and you got a special prosecutor.